What do you think Gavin Newsom's reaction is to finding out that his in-laws are supporting his most hated political rival? If he had a sense of humor, it would be funny, but I don't think he's capable of it.
No, I think he's incapable of introspection or shame or honesty, so it doesn't really matter. He's just become effectively a political cyborg at this point who tries to string words together that will appeal to the delusional lib base that runs California now. Unfortunately, for the residents of California, they're telling everybody, as you mentioned, to get ready for power grid failures. This is something that I've spent considerable time in the third world. That's one of the, you know how you can tell when you're in the third world, and everybody who's done it and spent, months, if not years of their lives there knows exactly what I'm saying. What's the energy situation? What's the trash pickup situation? What's the water situation?
Fuck, I love this story. I absolutely love it. This is fun. FoxNews.com broke the story last night that our good buddy Governor Gavin Newsom, who we should mention is, I know we got a lot of listeners in California. We're number one in Sacramento, a lot of people in LA, number one in San Diego. They are supposed to, because of heat, set their thermostats to 78 degrees, avoid charging their cars, avoid using large appliances to try to avoid rolling blackouts in California. Gavin Newsom has been teeing off on Florida Governor Ron DeSantis because Gavin Newsom got everything wrong on COVID, and deep down, I think he knows it. California has lost population under Gavin Newsom for the first time since 1850. In a story that probably deserves more attention, every year, California had gained population since 1850. In 2020, it lost population for the first time. So Gavin Newsom broke, I'm going to try to do live math, which is always dangerous, what is that, like 170-year string of total success in the state of California when it came to adding people. He said he was going to donate $100,000 buck to Charlie Crist to try to beat Ron DeSantis in Florida. When I was down in Florida for July 4th, I turned on Fox News, and there's Gavin Newsom on the television screen telling me that he stands for freedom, and Florida's a state that doesn't value freedom.
Can he just give us the $100,000 and we'll just light something else on fire for him? Like we'll find some other offering to make for him?
We need to burn the $100,000 to keep people warm in California by the time it gets to winter.
That's a fair point.
But Gavin Newsom's own father-in-law and mother-in-law donated $5,000 to Ron DeSantis, according to the receipts of donations from the DeSantis campaign that was uncovered by FoxNews.com. How fantastic is this, Buck, that Gavin Newsom's own mother and father-in-law are donating to his most hated political rival right now? What do you think? If Newsom had a sense of humor, he could play this in a funny way. But Newsom is basically, I don't know that anybody
they
looks
must be
more
Florida.
like.
Are they
I don't
Florida
know if
residents?
they live in Florida or not. I don't know.
I mean, that's an
funnier.
important. If they don't live in Florida, it's even funnier, right? If they just
if
love
they
him so
moved to
much.
Florida, that would be even better. If they left California to move to Florida, Gavin Newsom looks like every 1980s villain in a movie, and I can't shake it. One of my friends told me that, and every time I look at him now, he looks like the bad guy in every 1980s movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But what do you think Gavin Newsom's reaction is to finding out that his in-laws are supporting his most hated political rival? If he had a sense of humor, it would be funny, but I don't think he's capable of it.
No, I think he's incapable of introspection or shame or honesty, so it doesn't really matter. He's just become effectively a political cyborg at this point who tries to string words together that will appeal to the delusional lib base that runs California now. Unfortunately, for the residents of California, they're telling everybody, as you mentioned, to get ready for power grid failures. This is something that I've spent considerable time in the third world. That's one of the, you know how you can tell when you're in the third world, and everybody who's done it and spent, months, if not years of their lives there knows exactly what I'm saying. What's the energy situation? What's the trash pickup situation? What's the water situation?
That's good. Yeah.
You know those things, and you know whether you're in the third world or not. Do the lights stay on? Is there running water that's clean? Is the trash picked up, or is it just dropped by everybody all over the streets as a matter of course? And, you look at what's going on in California, as we've said, a place that is blessed with tremendous natural resources. But this is not unusual for commies. I mean, for the collectivist mindset. Look at what the Soviet Union did. Russia obviously has tremendous natural resources. People are finding it out the hard way now with the oil and natural gas situation. But if you have morons in charge who are making terrible decisions, guess what? You can ruin anything. Look at Venezuela. They've got amazing gas.
They were the jewel of Latin America.
It's the most proven oil reserves of any country in the world, more than Saudi Arabia. Venezuela is a nightmare right now. The place has had a hyperinflation, economic collapse. When I go down to Florida, which I do with frequency, you know what you find a lot of now in southern Florida? Venezuelan refugees, people that have had to flee. Yet it was Cuban refugees who had to flee that totalitarianism. And they have amazing politics, by the way. You have all these Cubans who understand you don't want idiots making all the decisions for you for the benefit of all. You don't want that. The Cubans
They know what socialism is better than almost anyone.
People who have fled socialism, communism, collectivism, and come to this country are a gift to our politics, a gift to the wisdom that they bring with them because they know. Same thing's happening in Venezuela. And you've got, Elon Musk, who, say what you will about him. I don't know. Do you think he's going to buy Twitter? I don't want to get diverted to that, but I don't think he's going to buy Twitter. Here he is saying, look, guys, I run the biggest, electric vehicle car company in the world. I got to tell you something. Without oil and gas right now, civilization comes to a halt.
Now, I actually am not someone who would tend to sort of demonize oil and gas, to be clear. This is necessary right now, or civilization could not function. So I do think we actually need, and actually at this time, I think we actually need more oil and gas, not less.
That is 100% true.
Yes.
We need more oil and gas. More production of these things will make us richer, safer, more comfortable as a country and really as a planet. And the people that oppose this are maniacal lunatics who really believe the world is going to end because of CO2. You know what they say, Clay, causes? This is amazing. Get ready for it. What is the cause of the water shortages in California, the brownouts and blackouts in California, the sky-high price of energy in California? You know what they say the cause of it all is? Climate change causes all of that.
Yeah, of course. Global warming is their excuse for everything.
So their excuse for doing things that make everything less abundant, more expensive when it comes to energy is, it's actually climate change is that problem too. They really, this is a religious belief for them.
When you listen to that Elon Musk clip, and we played a bunch of Joe Biden clips earlier, how much better is our politics if we have more intelligent people making decisions? And the reason I bring that up is we're talking about DeSantis, too, as we get ready to go to break. You can agree or disagree with Ron DeSantis' decisions. Obviously, you and I, particularly on COVID, agree with everything that he did because he was doing a lot of what we were saying. Made sense. But the reason why DeSantis, I believe, was brave enough to make those choices, to put himself out in front of so many other governors, was because he has the intellect to look at the data and make rational decisions based on that data. We got a lot of dumb politicians who are taken advantage of, and I think Joe Biden's a good example of this, based on their stupidity because they don't have the intellectual capital to make rational, intelligent decisions themselves. You just heard Elon Musk there talking about the need for more oil and gas. He's got the largest electric car company in the world. He's doing more to advance the idea of electric cars than anybody in the history of the world has done. But he's still rational enough to understand how the economic underpinnings of oil and gas are required and that we need more of it right now instead of less. That's because he's intellectually honest and also intelligent enough to understand the complexities here. When you hear Joe Biden, do you think he's capable of understanding complexity or nuance? Or do you think he's an empty vessel, a Trojan horse for the left? It's embarrassing. I wish we had smarter people, Buck. I really do. Unfortunately, we're stuck with Joe Biden, at least right now. We got to make sure that Joe Biden is on the ballot this midterm and not Donald Trump.